Our brains are constantly firing ideas faster than we can execute them, fighting for and splitting our attention among the coolest ones. But with so many ideas and so little time, some projects are bound to be left behind. One such project for me was my web portfolio. And while it is the modern day business card, many like me don't always get time to update it. My last update was 3 years ago, and while my role, interests, and work experience have evolved, my portfolio hasn't caught up. But today, I put my foot down. I focused my attention, did some research, and found the quickest way to create a clean, minimalist portfolio website. And I'm going to show you how you can recreate this in just a few minutes. We'll go through design, development, and hosting. For our tech stack, we'll use Framer for design, V0 and NextJS for development, Arlink for hosting, and ArNS for domain names. If you want to skip ahead, I have linked a template repository in the description. Clone it and go to the timestamp on the screen. Step 1, the design. Starting with the design makes the implementation easier. In an ideal world with unlimited time, I would geek out on the most insane design. Animations, micro interactions, maybe even music. But with limited time, I needed something simple yet elegant to implement. I turned to Framer templates for inspiration and found a clean, minimal template that fit perfectly. Now remember, these templates represent serious work by talented designers. I've chosen a free template and cloned it through Framer to ensure proper attribution and potential royalties to the creator. There are fantastic paid templates available too. Just remember, more complex designs means more implementation time. But hey, if you have the time, why not? And again, remember, this represents serious work by talented designers. So if you're using any of the paid templates, make sure to buy them before you do what I am going to show you. So anyway, after finding my template, cloning it in Framer, I took a screenshot and moved to development. Step 2, the development. I went to my favorite generative AI platform at the moment, V0. The ability to rapidly prototype ideas is powerful and perfect for this project. Before you ask why not just deploy with Framer, I feel as a developer, code just gives me more flexibility. And I can build on top of this easily for any future revamps instead of starting from scratch. Though who knows, I might start fresh next time anyway. Now, pro tip for good prompting is don't just tell the AI what to do. It is a general knowledge base, so you have to guide it for it to perform well, like a coach for a prodigy. It's a bit funny that AI is set to take over the jobs, but it cannot make connections like our brain does, at least yet. That's because everyone's unique and our brains are just a marvel. So have a little faith in yourself. Anyway, because of this, the AI will probably not even come close to what you're imagining in your head if you just tell it what to do. So, how do you be a good guide? You give it examples, you give it context, and emphasize key points for better results. And that's exactly what I did. After some back and forth with V0, I felt my website was at a good point, so I created a Next.js app locally, pulled in this code, and made a few tweaks to the copy. Now, the important thing to note here is getting the Next.js config right for hosting with Arlink. And finally, I pushed it to GitHub. The whole process was seamless. Step 3, the hosting. For hosting, I'm using arlinklabs and ArNS for a custom domain name. Now you may ask, why not just use Vercel or Netlify or a similar provider? Well, I'm a huge fan of those, but Arlink hosts my portfolio for 200 years through Arweave for just a fraction of the cost. And I'd like to leave behind a legacy. And as for ArNS, it's a special domain name service for information stored on Arweave. I already have a custom name, but you can get yours at arns.app. Now, many of y'all might already know about Arweave, but for others who don't, you can quickly create an account at rconnect.io and reach out to me later if you're stuck here. Anyway, for the actual deployment, I simply have to log into Arlink, give it the necessary permissions, head over to the Deploy tab, choose a provider, select my repository. As you can see, the main commands are pre-filled, but I can edit them if I want to. And finally, deploy. This takes a few moments. And there you have it, a revamp portfolio in just a few minutes. See you on the next one, and peace.